Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown, and today we are talking about a very special preview.
Adepticon 2025 reveals.
Woo!
Yay!
They usually have some of the biggest shows for Adepticon,
Yeah, they usually save the best ones for Adepticon, I think.
which is crazy. But, I mean, it's a big show. So.
True.
All right, and just because this is going to be long, we're going to get into it.
Yeah. So, we will start off with some Space Wolves. As a Blood Angels player, I am once again extremely jealous.
Hey, you got a box?
Not this box. Not Dark Angels box.
As a Space Wolf player, woo!
Yeah.
This box is sick. I am a little upset with myself and my wallet that this will be the third army box in a row that I have to buy.
Yeah, you're a little broke in 10th edition.
Yeah, I'm a little broke.
Understandable, but yeah, they're right off the bat they're getting an army box announced. But some of the new stuff that's going to be in the army box, we've got the Blood Claws, which are basically Space Marine scouts for Space Wolves.
Yes, and just chainswords and pistols. So they're kind of like scouts and assault intercessors mixed together.
Yeah.
And their whole thing is they are like super hot-headed, and they used to have an ability that if they were in range to charge, they had to charge unless they had a character attached.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. And they're absolutely melee monsters. I still use them in my Space Wolf lists, and these models look great. They're very primary size, but we knew they would. I'm wondering if this is just an upgrade sprue, but I could be.
It is not.
It's not. It's its own.
If you notice, unless they went super all out with these upgrade sprues, you'll notice the chests are different. So they don't have the Aquila or whatever the chest thing's called. Their shin guards are different. This is an entirely new sprue.
A new kit. Yeah, because they have the inlaid crystals and stuff. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they got beaky helmets. They've got more of a firstborn style leg. I mean, they're Primaris size, obviously, because of scale creep and whatnot. But this is a full kit, which is, again, going back to Blood Angel jealousy. We got upgrade sprues.
You got upgrade sprues
for 90% of our refresh.
That's true.
And these guys, man, everybody is getting beaky helmets now. And as a beaky helmet enjoyer, peanut butter and jealous. That is all I am.
I am a beaky helmet hater.
Oh, well.
So if you want my beaks, you can have them.
I might take you up on it. Because it doesn't really have any of the iconography on it. So
it does not.
I could probably slap that on a Blood Angel. But yeah, next up is the Grey Hunters, which is a more opposite end of the scouts, more of a veteran of the Space Wolves. I mean, you should probably talk about them. You're the Space Wolves player.
I am the Space Wolves player. So Grey Hunters were basically the Space Wolves version of tactical Marines. And there was you were hard pressed to find the difference between them, except for they didn't get as many ranged special weapons. And they were more customizable.
Sure.
They said in the stream that everybody gets a chainsword, which is sweet for tactical Marines.
Yeah. While also still having mostly regular bolter.
Yeah, chainsword, and they said bolt carbine.
Yeah.
Which is 3 shots maximum. So it's kind of like the Stern Guard vets.
Yeah.
But not with the extra cool stuff. Again, great kit. I'm thinking this is probably going to be. I was thinking if it was the same kit, but I don't know if it is. It might be a whole different box.
I'm pretty sure this is a whole nother box.
Yeah, it's a whole nother box because there's none of the running charging pose.
Yeah, they have the Blood Angel, or not the Blood Angel. They have the Primaris little knee guard thing over their knee pads. They've got different chest pieces,
Tactical
different
rocks.
poses. They're not running and charging like Mitchell just said. This is once again not an upgrade sprue.
A brand new
kit. A brand new kit.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Peanut butter and jealous. Right?
Peanut butter and jealous. Next one is the Wolfguard Head Takers.
So this one is pretty interesting. So it looks to be a 3-man unit, I think. No, because there's 4 slides. So we'll see.
I think it's a 3-man unit, but they also have the wolves in them.
So They said in the stream that the wolves are a separate unit that you take together.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting. I don't
That is
think I've seen that
interesting.
before. So these are your elites, your,
Blade Guard veteran type.
Blade Guard veteran. What are the Dark Angels ones? I always
The
forget.
Inner Circle Companions.
Inner Circle Companions.
Yeah.
It's the 3-man unit that's special. And I mean, I was taking Blade Guard vets anyway, so these are a welcome addition.
Again, just awesome. Like, I love the shields. I love that they have axes instead of. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess they have options for swords.
Oh, dual wielding.
Or dual wielding.
I don't even know what that's gonna do, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I think they said something along the lines of, if you take the dual wielding, you get like 6 attacks.
Wow.
Yeah, which is crazy.
But you probably just like lose an armor save or an invuln save
Yeah,
or
something like that. That's
typically what they do with shields.
Usually what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got your Wolfguard Battle Leader, which is another one of those guys, just the leader HQ unit.
Yeah,
that you're
character
gonna
version.
attach to him.
Historically, this is the Wolfguard Battle Leader is their lieutenant. So usually has the lethal hits, blah blah blah,
Mhm.
with a bunch of different options. I didn't see this one down here with the Thunderhammer. What's that? What's he holding in his other hand? Oh, plasma pistol. Sorry, it was blending into his leg.
Yeah, I see.
So there's shield, Thunderhammer, sword, plasma pistol, helmeted options. Yeah. This guy's sick.
It's going to have all the gubbins. I wonder if they're actually going to give him a hammer profile. If it's not going to just be a relic weapon. Or
Yeah.
something.
Space Wolf's a relic weapon.
Yeah.
I hope they do give him a hammer profile.
Same.
Because,
I want them to bring hammers back in general.
yeah, I agree.
Next one is the Wolf Priest, because they don't typically use apothecaries or chaplains, and they don't use psychers, right?
Their psychers are kind of flavored to be runic priest types
Okay.
that like do the chanting and all that stuff. They're using psychic powers. They're just passing it off as
Something different.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah, this is the Wolf Priest.
Yep. Again, fantastic. We got some head options. The head options are fine. I love the skull head though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, in this model, again, I'm gonna keep bringing it up. They said in the preview that there hasn't been a made like by GW Wolf Priest since like I think they said 6th edition.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that it took this long. But yeah, this guy looks great. He looks super menacing.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't look like the guy who's gonna heal you on the battlefield.
No, he's just gonna tell you to get up. It's that the flesh wound.
Yeah. He's gonna that's how he heals you.
Yes.
He's just like, get up or I'm gonna hit you with this Crucius.
He literally just rubs dirt on it.
Yeah. Looks amazing.
10 out of 10. Of course, they're gonna get their special edition codex this is the one that comes in the box, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna have the little shiny bits on it, like
Yep, the shiny bits and the bookmark.
yeah, the bookmark, and then
The bookmark is where it's at.
probably the gold edge on the pages,
Mhm.
probably, but yeah. And then after they announce that, I mean, we'll get to the Chaos stuff, but yeah, Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights, Black Templars, and Grey Knights are coming after all of the Chaos stuff.
Mhm.
And then these guys, did they say, I don't remember, did they say they're going to come before the Chaos stuff or after the Chaos stuff?
So the way that they put them on the screen, it was Thousand Suns, Space Wolves, World Eaters, Death Guard.
Okay.
So I don't know if that is the order or if that's like hey, these are roughly coming at the same time.
Sure. We'll
And
see.
it is interesting because the last preview that we had didn't show Imperial Knights or Chaos Knights at all.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
Um,
we had the teaser of like
for the
the
Chaos Knights.
Helvrin looking
That's
chain
true.
thing,
And
but
the teasers
Imperial
now-
Knights, yeah.
The teasers now, we keep the salamanders from last
Mhm.
time. The bottom one is just clearly an Imperial Fist.
Yeah, obviously.
And I don't know what the top right one is.
It's a Votan.
It's a
That
Votan?
that is just straight from the artwork from the Votan.
All right.
That's their Void armor, so we're looking at a Votan launch sandwiched in between a couple of Space Marine launches. I'm really interested in what they're going to do with these chapters that didn't get love in
Yeah,
9th edition.
So in 8th edition, all of the sub-chapters, salamanders, Imperial Fists, Iron Hands, all that stuff, got books.
Mhm.
They were just like supplement books. They had like your main guy, it's not a detachment rule, but your army rule, and then like 2 other things, and that was your whole book.
Right.
And then for 9th edition, they skipped all that. They just put it in the codex. We assumed that was going to be the same for 10th edition, but it looks to be not the case.
Yeah.
Because it just...
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know where it is on Warhammer Community, but they showed another like menacing silhouette of something that people have already connected to a Raven Guard.
Yeah,
so
there's a Raven Guard picture that I saw that is basically 1-to-1. So that's another Space Marine book.
Yep.
So it looks like they're finishing out 10th edition with a bunch of Space Marines.
Yeah. And no word on the horizon for Jukari.
Nope, nothing for Jukari. They did. I think we'll find it in the next article.
Which is going to be Grey Knights and Crusade.
Sorry, not the next article. You have Grey Knights, right?
You can call them that. They're. I took Grey Knights and I smacked orc heads on them, and they are Green Knights now.
But do you play them as orcs or Grey Knights?
I play them as Grey Knights.
There you go. You have Grey Knights.
Grey Knights, unlike Space Wolves, not the happiest of times.
Yeah. So first we talk about the Crusade book.
The Crusade book. So the narrative is starting to go in the direction of Angron is still up to his Angron activities, and the Grey Knights are starting to get involved in trying to stop said activities. So, big new Crusade book coming. If you actually read the article, there's some actually pretty cool stuff that they're putting into this as far as, like, if you're into the narrative side of things, like different routes you can go in the campaign depending on whether you win or lose. There's a nemesis system. Unlike in 9th edition, which is the only time I've played Crusade, taking epic heroes in 9th edition wasn't ideal, but they're actually adding in something because they basically like don't level up.
Yeah.
You put in an epic hero and like their stats are their stats.
They're max level already. It's fine.
Yeah, basically. So they're going to have a system that makes that not the case anymore from the looks of it. But yeah, new Crusade, if that's your jam, this book looks pretty exciting.
If you scroll up, I realized before you scrolled down that they used the terrain piece for Slaves to Darkness in the 40K.
Nexus Chaotica, or whatever it's called. Chaos Nexus, I don't know.
I think you're right, Nexus Chaotica.
Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, Grey Knights, they're going to get their codex sometime in the roughly near future, probably towards the end of this year.
Yeah, it's after the Chaos and Space Wolves, but that's basically all we know.
Yep. And as far as their model release, they're getting an upgrade sprue for their baby carrier.
Yes, and it's supposed to be the Grandmaster. Is that right?
I think there's options for both the Grandmaster and the regular Nemesis, because the current kit builds either or. You basically just say it's a Grandmaster, and then it has like a different shield gubbins, like if you actually want to, make it look like it's supposed to in the lore and whatnot.
I like the flail. The flail looks sick.
I actually don't mind this model that much.
I like the model.
Like, if they didn't have the weird, like, servo thingies on the arms to help the arms, like, it's science fiction. Just say that the arms have inside them.
Why does a Dreadnought arm not need those, but a Dread Knight arm does?
Which is slightly bigger. Why does a Knight not need those kind of things? That's my biggest thing. It makes the silhouette look weird.
It does.
But anyway, basically, it's just a couple extra weapon options for the Dread Knight, which is their most memed model already.
But it is also their coolest model.
That's debatable to some people. I mean,
it's not debatable to me.
It's their most updated model, so it definitely, like, as far as aesthetics go, like, again, I like it, and it is not an old squatty Marine pose like their Terminators and their every other model.
Yeah, they're every other model except for Khal Drago. Is it Drago that just got a new model?
It's no, it's not Drago. It's the other one.
I always confuse the two. They're Grey Knights named characters.
We'll put it somewhere. I can't remember his name. I have the model. Again, I slapped an orc head on it. Maybe I'll put a picture of that too. But yeah, I think it's all right. They are in definite need of a refresh. So
yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do it. I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah, with all the refreshes that they've done this year, especially with some rages that already got refreshes, like Eldari had a small refresh in 9th. They got they're just like
their finishing
and stuff like that. They just finished it with all of their aspect warriors. Cadians got an upgrade, which their Astra Militarum.
Cadian's got an upgrade, and then Cadian's got another upgrade.
And they got another upgrade, and they got a...
I think it was 8th and 9th Cadians got an upgrade. I don't know why they did 2 in a row.
I didn't even know about the 8th one.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure in 8th they got a new box.
Yeah, and then they got Krieg, which, again, it's a different faction, but it's not really a different faction.
It's not a different faction.
You can run them side by side.
And then there's the Catachan sitting in the corner.
Yeah, and then there's... which...
They're going to get it next year. Don't worry.
Aren't they from Armageddon?
I don't know. I'm
think,
not a lore guy.
I can't remember if they're from the planet No. Our lore master Mike is telling us no.
No, they're from the planet Catachan, I believe. Armageddon was the Steel Warriors that looked like Krieg.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The joke is that those gas mask boys don't make love, even though the other gas mask boys make love.
Oh. Make love? I mean, both.
Not war. But yeah, the flail's cool. The
flail's cool.
They get
the
a
quad Melta is pretty sick.
Quad Melta. That's probably absolutely. This is probably honestly because they took away the hammers from Grey Knights, or like they nerfed down their hammer profile. They like squatted it into their other like just power weapons.
Oh, that's dumb.
This is probably their answer to Grey Knights not having any anti-vehicle intent.
That's fair.
So that's my best guess. Grey Knights players out there, let's just hope you get the most absolute gorgeous refresh in 11th. But for now, your baby carriers get a little extra bling. And that's it for that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go on to the next article, which is going to be Chaos.
I play Zinch at the moment. I play Thousand Suns. Thousand Suns. I've played against World Eaters a lot, and this was a much needed character for World Eaters.
I think so.
It is the attachment for what is he called?
The 8-bound.
No, the Slaughterbound is the name of this guy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
he attaches to 8-bound and Exalted 8-bound, which is weird that they didn't have an attachment before.
Yeah.
And it's still weird that they have mounted characters without a mounted unit.
Yeah, that one's really weird. The Lord
Lord Invocatus is the named character.
Yeah.
And previously, I believe they could join 8-bound. I don't know if that's still going to be the case, but he was on mount and they were on foot, so it was really weird. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
I believe they brought up because you can use demons in one of your detachments at least, where the Lord of Invocatus and the non-named Lord that I don't remember the name of can attach to
just Lord on Juggernaut, I think.
Yeah. Can attach to the Juggernaut units attached to the Blood Crushers in that attachment, which is pretty cool.
That makes sense.
I like that. But yeah, this model, I like the look of him a lot. He's basically a teeny tiny Angron.
Yeah.
Obviously not as like hulked out demon form, but like the arm transforming into a blade is sick. Yeah. I like this model a lot.
I always say it. The only reason why I haven't collected World Eaters yet is because I already have a red army that screams and runs at you with chain swords.
Yeah.
So I love World Eaters. I like this model. I think there's a lot of disappointed World Eaters players out there right now because they are kind of suffering from that. They just got their actual faction last edition, so they don't have the highest number of data sheets right now. So they were kind of hoping for a little bit more.
I wonder if they're going to get some more stuff from the Chaos book in this book. Because we haven't, obviously, Emperor's Children was the first one that we got. And that was a brand new faction. So who knows if, like, they couldn't use, I don't know. I know they can use Predators, but they couldn't use Predators, but now they can. Or
oh,
if
you mean like bringing in some data sheets?
Yeah, some more data sheets.
Hopefully, because last edition, they kind of had that same thing that Emperor's Children are suffering from right now, where they took out a lot of things that just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily had it as bad as Emperor's Children, but there are some models that I think they made in the past, like Red Butchers and stuff like that they could have done a refresh on and stuff like that. That's what people were hoping for.
And that would be sick.
Again, they have to save some cool stuff for 11th edition.
Yeah, if
it's
they
only
put
a
out
year away.
if they put out all the cool stuff now, yeah, because next year at Adepticon they're going to announce 11th edition. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that's the World Eaters one right there. Their codex.
Codex.
Then next is the Death Guard. We've already seen this model before because he got leaked, and then I think
At LVO, it even says it down there.
Yeah, they put it at LVO, but I think the model got I think it was one of those things where they accidentally sent it to somebody again, and then the person, I don't remember if he sold it on eBay. I don't remember the whole thing, but yeah, he got leaked. It's a cool model.
Model sick. They said that his weapon is one of the best weapons in 40K, and I went, what?
I mean, it is a big sword.
He's a foot character.
He is a foot character. Yeah.
They're talking out their butt. I'm betting right now. It's like strength 6, AP 2, 2 damage.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be really good against other foot characters or something like that.
But yeah,
I don't remember what they said he can attach to. I think obviously Plague Marines, and then maybe the Terminators.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't remember them bringing it up.
I thought they said something. I can't remember though. Yeah. And then the faction that's not getting another character is the Thousand Sons.
Good, because they have too many.
They do have a decent amount.
Now,
of
to
characters.
be fair, so did Death Guard have too many characters.
That's also fair, but they are the least in need of a refresh because they have the most unique models to them.
Yes, they
as
do.
far as the 4 Chaos cults go. But these guys are the what are they called again?
There's something automata.
Yeah.
Sekitar robots.
Yeah, the Sekitar robots.
They have missile racks. They have big old cannons. You can put a claw on them. I think they said Melta somewhere on there. It just says arcane weapons and hellfire missiles on the article. I am not a fan of these models.
I think they're pretty cool.
I'm not a fan. I don't know what about it. Again, I play Thousand Sons. I don't know what about it is throwing me off, but I just don't like these models.
I will say I don't like the paint job that they chose for them.
Yeah.
Like, I know what they were going for. They were going for like an antiqued looking thing, but I don't know. I don't like the paint job they chose, but I do like the model, and I feel like I'm not as good as a painter of them, obviously, but I feel like I could come up with something cooler than that as far as the scheme goes.
Sure.
But I like them. I like robots.
See, it would make some amount of sense if they were like Thousand Sons red, like 30K Thousand Sons red.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool.
Exactly.
But they're bone colored, which is what old Death Guard was.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I think they're cool.
Maybe they'll look better in person. Maybe you're right. It's the paint job. I'm not a fan of that, but they are an interesting new addition to Thousand Sons.
They are. I feel like they're like kind of way out in left field.
Yeah.
Like
if you'd have gave me 10 guesses, I would not have guessed this.
Yeah, like just robots and like a army that's theme is like all magic and stuff like that. I would not have thought like, some old dark Mechanicum tech.
Cody, they're magic robots.
Okay. They are the robot that is in the Blackstone Fortress box with some Egyptian gubbins put on them.
That's actually more accurate than I would expect it to be, but yeah, they are.
Yeah. I might actually kit bash some of those.
That's fair.
But they're enough to get me excited about this faction. I've been thinking about leaning into them for a little while now, and this might be the jump that I needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like them. I like the little bird head.
The bird head is cool. I do like
the other head is.
I do like the bird aesthetic.
Yeah. Here's some of the weapon options. Well, it's basically what we already see.
Never mind. I was gonna say Flamer Screamers, but that's what's in the Codex.
Yeah.
Flamer Screamers, Pink Horrors, Lord of Change, and Kairos are coming in the Codex for use.
Yep.
And this is where I will bring up that it has been confirmed that Demons is not getting a Codex this edition.
Yes.
Which is surprising. I was gonna say the last time they cut a Codex, I can't remember, but it was Death Watch, and then they brought it back.
Yeah, but they're not really getting a Codex still.
No, they're not getting a
Codex. They're still indexed to where you can play Death Watch, but it seems like they're just going to be agents of the Imperium. And demons, we don't really know what's going to happen to them. Like, they're not going to get a book.
I think this is leading up into 11th edition, it just being like all the demons are in the Thousand Suns, all the Siege demons are in Thousand Suns, blah, blah, blah.
Kind of like it is in Age of Sigmar, where there's mortals and demons.
I don't know why they spread it out like that, though. Like, why didn't they just do it? Like, why is there only some of the Siege demons in Thousand Suns and not
I
all
don't
of them?
know, because at the same time, like, this is a whole topic for another video.
It is.
They're like, GW is separating their games from each other, and that's why Beasts of Chaos ended up in Old World and not in Age of Sigmar, because they don't want to sell them in both games, because then they won't know what people are buying for what game. And the demons, like all the just the regular
the
demons
broke that 20 years ago.
Yeah, they're in Age of Sigmar and 40K, so like the shareholders and the business analysts and blah blah blah, they don't know whether people are buying those pink horrors for Sigmar or 40K, which is the whole reason why I think this is happening. But at the same time,
this doesn't fix that.
That doesn't fix that in 11th edition. Are we going to get 40K kits for all these demons that are going to be in these codexes? Are we going to see pink horrors with plasma pistols next edition that are only in 40K?
Are we going to see pink horrors just go away?
Or yeah, are they
going to be AOS only?
Right. That is.
It is just they have been a part of both games since before AOS was a thing.
Right.
And now they're like, why don't we not do that?
Yeah. So
come on, guys.
Because they can't take demons away from 40K.
No, they can't.
That is such a core part of their lore and their game and stuff like that. That like, I feel like this is an excuse to come out with more science fiction-y kits for demons.
I mean, they did do the Zangors with the like pistols and chainswords.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Again, discussion for another video.
That's a whole nother video that we'll do.
These.
Oh yeah, and then the super duper special edition codex kit thing for all the Chaos guys, which they're not showing the Slanesh one.
They might be
is coming out
further
earlier.
down, I guess. They're not.
They're not
further down.
But there will be one for Slanesh and there will be one for Tzeentch. When you take these medallions, you can put them into just this giant metal circle that is actually made of metal and really heavy, apparently. It comes with some objective markers, some special edition cards, and a box that it all goes in.
Mm-hmm. This is very, very much, and they know it, a collector's thing. Like, there is almost no reason to get this outside of the, like, oh, I gotta have all that.
Right.
The whales are gonna buy all 4.
Absolutely.
Nobody's gonna buy 1,
no.
I don't think. Because other than that, you just buy your special edition codex. Because there's this, which is probably going to be like, if I had to put a price tag on it, like $200.
Oh, I'd say easily, yeah.
Then there's your normal special edition codex, which they may or may not come out with because this exists.
I'm not sure.
They have for previous books releases this edition, so who knows. Then there's for at least one of these, which is Emperor's Children. There was one in the box that has a special cover and the thing. And then there's your normal plebeian one that if like they'll spit on you if you walk into a GW store with that.
Yeah.
So they're going a little crazy with it, and I know they were talking at the beginning of the year like, oh, this is the year of chaos. Chaos is getting a whole bunch of cool stuff. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this is just this is maximum FOMO.
Oh, absolutely.
This is like, oh, you want stratagem cards? Here, buy this. That's how I feel about this. I think they look really cool. I think they're going a little overboard with it.
I can agree with that.
I feel like they had a spot in the slipcase that was blank, and they're like, let's make a fourth of a coin that puts together with a magnet for no real reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little iffy on these.
If it's anything like the regular special edition codexes, good luck.
Yeah. Oh god.
These things are going to be in super limited supply, and
these are probably going to be
crazy.
more limited.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, anyway.
They're cool. They're if you're absolutely into collecting them, and if you like all 4 Chaos Gods and have a lot of disposable income, go for it. All right. And then next we've got the chapter approved mission deck.
This is the 4th article for 40K.
Yeah.
The new chapter approved, which is good that we have a new one coming out. I mean, I'm still using the old one, and I still think it's fun.
Sure.
This has some weird stuff in it where they have cards specifically for 1,000-point games.
Yep.
Which I have heard is an interesting game type. I might try that.
Yeah.
And also asymmetric games.
Yeah, that's the I said earlier, go home mission pack, you're drunk. They've got some weird missions in here that are supposed to be like, I don't know, like less balanced. I don't know what, like asymmetric in points or just in
Asymmetric games. So I'm thinking it says asymmetric presents a unique challenge with uneven deployment zones and differing primary objectives.
Yeah.
So probably not points level. But it is, I see this more as I don't want to say narrative, but
Right.
like it's a beer and pretzels.
Absolutely.
Where it's like,
Absolutely.
hey, you want to try out the like randomized asymmetric scenario? And we're like, sure, why not?
Yeah, Kill Team does stuff like this all the time. Like that's what's like the missions that are in their dossiers that are kind of just like have fun with it. Like the brutal and cunning one, you put all of the buildings together and there's just giant kill house kind of thing.
That sounds awesome. We should play that.
We should. I want to, absolutely.
And we'll be talking about Kill Team here in a minute.
Not necessarily like with competitive aspects in mind, and that's kind of what this is. I'm sure it'd be fun, like that whole. It's gonna take you 30 minutes to set up your deployment zone in an
easily.
arrow like that, but like fun. Like I like that they're like actually thinking about more casual sides of it because the competitive side of 40K has kind of swayed a lot of their decisions lately, and a lot
definitely
of people
taken
aren't-
over.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't too happy with that. So I like that they're doing stuff like this still.
Mm-hmm. I haven't actually seen these. So this is their new Challenger type, which is an alternate to Secret Mission, which is good because Secret Mission was bad. Secret Mission was not as bad as Gambits. Gambits were unplayable.
I don't think I ever did a Gambit.
No, me either. Gambits were nigh unplayable.
Yeah.
Secret missions are just like, sure, these look interesting.
Yeah.
They are similar to the Warcry objective cards.
I've never played Warcry.
Yes, you have. I watched you do it. No, not Warcry.
Spearhead?
Spearhead.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You have not played Warcry.
I've not played Warcry.
Also, I don't like Warcry. Spearhead objective cards.
Spearhead objectives, yes.
Where it has like a special strat you can use or a scoring point. So this is interesting that it's like, it says if you're trailing by more than 6 points.
Okay.
So if you're behind, you get this like rubber band mechanic to be able to potentially catch up either with some super powerful mechanic or like scoring extra points in a way that your opponent can't.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to these.
See, this is what I want them to do and what I think would save Combat Patrol.
Mm-hmm.
If they did something like
Oh
this.
yeah. Again, the end of the edition is going to be Combat Patrol 2, and it's just going to be Spearhead put 40K, and I'm going to be okay with that.
Same. Absolutely. I signed up for Combat Patrol magazine as a social experiment.
Oh.
Those videos are going to come very soon.
I don't even
Stay
know that.
tuned for me wasting money.
More than we already have.
Yeah. And then, like with all chapter proofs, they come out with a new set of neoprene or whatever the
These were
material's
like
called.
so I hadn't seen these before they came out anywhere else, and they're like plastic on top and kind of like rough textured on the bottom, so they like stick really well to neoprene.
Okay. So
I actually kind of like these.
that's actually,
They're going to be too expensive because the last ones were $35.
yeah.
Which is, I mean, about right, I guess, for neoprene objectives, maybe 25.
I've seen acrylic ones that were more expensive.
Yeah, but these, I actually kind of like these.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we get more than a handful of chapter approves Games Workshop,
Hopefully.
and we can restock them ever.
Yeah, we just got our restocks for
Pry-Nexus?
Pry-Nexus.
Like last month or something like that.
Yeah.
And they sold out immediately. It's fine. Speaking of Spearhead,
So
speaking of
this
Warcry, I'm
is
just
one
kidding.
of like it's so small, but at the same time, I'm so excited for it. Pretty sure I talked to you guys about it. Like, I hope that they keep updating Spearhead and they just don't let it go stale and
Here he is.
And I'm not going to take all the credit for it, but I manifested it
Yeah,
into
yeah.
existence by wishing for it.
It was probably
upon a
all
shooting
the
star.
It was probably all the rituals you did that made it come into death, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about the goats.
Yeah.
We have Sand and Bone, which is the new mission pack, I guess, for Spearhead, which is the opposite of what Jaden Fire.
Yeah.
Was the previous one?
Yep.
Spearhead is a fantastic game mode. Play it if you haven't. It's not just baby Sigmar. It's a way to get into the game, but it's also its own thing enough that you can keep playing it and have fun with it.
So much that I've played so little actual Sigmar because I'm having way too much fun with Spearhead.
It's so good.
And then, yeah, this is basically just a new deck because, like we were talking about with the chapter approved, they're kind of like little ways to play the game. They can be a mission or they can be kind of like a stratagem type thing. But other than that, like there's a new board.
Yeah, some new stuff. It says, so go back one. So the terrain is a little smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an extra piece, but it said that you can like summon those and use them in the game. Where it's like you get a buff from the statue, but it could damage you, something like that. They weren't really clear on it. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to only start with 4 pieces, and you can bring more in using the cards later.
Probably bring in the coffin and the statue
Which
for
is
different
pretty
reasons. Sick. Yeah. But yeah.
And then on the board, it's weird because it's a different board setup from Fire and Jade. And there's only 4 objectives on one side, and there's 5 objectives, but one of them super huge in the middle. So yeah, brand new board, which is great. Brand new cards, depending on which side you play on.
Yep.
Because previously, like if you played on the fire side, there was like your stuff like lit on fire, was damaged by objectives.
Yeah,
there
was
smoke,
objectives
whatever.
that would like go up in fire, and like then they wouldn't be objectives anymore after that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this because I think other than Kill Team, I think Spearhead's the most game I've played in the this year probably.
That's pretty impressive.
And I've bought several Spearheads and painted a couple of them already. So yeah, super excited about this. They're keeping this small, like supposed to be introductory game, like they're actually keeping it fresh and stuff like that, and I'm super happy about that. And then they've spoiled some of the coming Spearheads because like with 40K, all the new factions, when they get their new stuff, they get a new combat patrol typically, like if not at time of release, shortly thereafter.
Eldari.
Yeah, Eldari, and there was one other. One
Sisters,
other,
I think.
maybe Sisters. But yeah, they spoiled some of the Spearheads that we're going to see. I
don't know if this is fully in replacement of like the ones they come out with at the Codex Battletome release, or if this is just this is what the future holds, or if these are separate from that. Who knows?
Yeah, they might get 2 Spearheads.
Which would be interesting. I mean, I'm all about it. We got cities with a bunch of guns. We got Seraphon with a bunch of swords and shields.
And the Hunters of Huanchi again. The Warcry kit is making its appearance in yet another value box.
And the leader of this is a unit that came from Underworlds.
This box is really cool. Actually.
It is, and it has the Salamanders guy back there. He's sick.
I love the Salamanders. I haven't bought the Underworlds kit yet, but I do have 2 kits of Huanchi and I do have 2 kits of Warriors, so the Spearhead's not going to be for me because I'm going to be able to build it anyway. But it's a really good box.
Yeah, it's great.
It looks really cool. It translates well into Sigmar, whether you play it in Spearhead or Sigmar.
Because the Hunters are really good.
The Hunters are really good. You're
this
always
also
gonna need Warriors.
This also means that Underworld Warband is going to be in Sigmar.
Yep.
Which is sick.
And then Ozark Bone Reapers, they're going to get one. I don't know the names of their units. I don't know them very well.
They were talking about how super elite this one is. Like the lowest HP on the board is 4.
Wow.
And in that it is you super feel like when your guys die, although your death, so come on. So yeah, it's got 2 more Tarks. The Soul Mason, I think, is that one. And then some guard in the background. They have I don't know why I always remember they have the 4 heads where it's like facing opposite directions. That model's just so sick.
It is really cool.
If I didn't already have vampires, I would have Bone Reapers because they look cool. And lastly, the Scrap Glut which is a faction I don't like. Ogre Matrites.
They're very okay.
They're fine. They're fine.
They have those Hobgrots.
Kinda. Noblars.
Noblars, that's right.
So close.
Little guys in a big faction.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I just realized
that's a Warcry kit too.
that is a Warcry kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they said for that Warcry kit, they're mostly going to be tokens. So it's going to be like he has a bunch of like once per game abilities or something like that.
Probably throws them at people.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I just realized that there's not a chaos one. There's 2 order, a destruction, and a death, but there's no chaos.
Right. I didn't think about that.
Enter for a chance to win your starter bundle.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this as well. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. It's gotten my wife to try playing miniatures games, which is great, and she is super enjoying it. And we don't play as much as I want to, obviously.
That's how I introduced a lot of my friends to the fantasy side of Warhammer, was by talking up Spearhead, and it's again quickly becoming one of their favorite games as well.
It's so fun, and it doesn't even take like near as long.
Oh no,
you just
not at all.
It's basically like a board game that you can customize, which is really sick.
Yeah. And then next up, this one's probably first place for me just because of how much I've been into Kill Team.
Yeah.
We've got the next Kill Team box.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Woo! Tyranids.
Typhon.
Jesus, finally.
Tyranids are finally back in Kill Team. They had a White Dwarf article team last edition that did not translate over to this one. Unfortunately, it was Warriors and Gaunts, or just all Warriors. This one, they finally have their own models. They look amazing.
They look so good. I was wondering why they hadn't updated the Raveners.
Yeah.
This is why they hadn't updated the Raveners.
This is why they haven't updated the Raveners, which Kill Team always does this. They kind of take their teams and use them as an excuse to update something on 40K. We'll get to that after these guys, but this is the most elite team we've seen yet at 5 models.
Even more elite than any Space Marine, which is crazy.
Yes.
Only 5 models, which does bring up a question. In 40K, their unit size is 3/6. Why are there 5 models in this box?
That's a good question.
So I'm interested to see what they do for that.
Because they even have 6 different operatives, but you can tell very much that this last operative here, the Venom Spitter and the Warrior, are the same model with different bits.
Yeah. So they said that the 5, Wrecker, Venom Spitter, Terror Scythe, Fell Talon, and Prime are the special operatives, and then the Warrior is the more generic one that you can take multiples of. I don't know why you would ever do that, but I haven't seen the rules.
Yeah, especially in a team that's all special operatives and then as elite as this one is.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd ever do that, but we'll see when we see the rules.
Sure.
Sometimes they surprise us with those. But yeah, you got your Prime, your Fell Talon, and your Tremor Scythe, and your Wrecker, your Venom Spitter, and Warrior that we already seen.
These look amazing. As a Tyranids player, these look amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Vanguard player, which is like the sneaky Tyranids, and I have to buy this box. These look fantastic.
Yeah, and like that's kind of like how they're justifying such a low model count, is these guys are supposed to be like sneaky and super mobile. Like they teased that there's gonna have at least one of them's gonna have an ability where they can literally just tunnel underground.
You can. It's like the Nidus Worm in StarCraft, where you just like put it down and you can like move through. Through it for the game, which sounds awesome.
Yeah. I am super stoked for these guys. We saw the terrain. We called it.
Yep.
But I did not even expect it to be this good. I expected like a Lictor and 9 Gaunts to follow him around.
Yeah, fair.
But this is way above my expectations. I loved it. And then the AdMech side, again, going back to it's an excuse to update models on the 40K table. The AdMech team gets servitors, which are fine. There was one servitor in the Inquisition team. Yeah.
And he could have 2 weapon options.
True.
I There are a lot of AdMech models that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
These are not them. This guy's sick.
The Servitor Underseer, is
Underseer.
awesome.
Techno-archaeologist, sure. I'll take it.
He looks like a Skitarii
Skitarii character.
Sure. Model. It looks really cool. And then
I don't like the rest of them.
the Servitors, like, again, they're fine. Like, I like them. They're really good sculpts. They're good models. If you've seen the old Servitors that look like old dopey and stuff, these look cool. They're going to have a bunch of different weapon options for them. And then ultimately, again, people who use them on the tabletop, Grey Knights used to be one of their meta things because they were like 40 points
Yeah,
for
they were
a
super
squad
cheap.
of 3 or something, and they had plasmas or meltas, I can't remember, but
I know they could have plasma.
they would die immediately, but if they got to shoot at something first, they would actually do some damage. I just find it funny that AdMech's another one of those teams that haven't had their own like bespoke team.
Yeah.
Because they had
one released, but it was just like, here, use some 40K models, go away.
Yeah, and they had the I can't remember if it was the white dwarf or something, but they had a team that was basically just Skitarii. Take Skitarii or whatever the other Vanguard or whatever.
Yeah.
And so now they got their team.
Now they're getting their own stuff.
And they got 2 like actual AdMech models, and the rest are just some more Inquisition.
Basically.
Again,
this one's a little
really
disappointing.
Cool models. Like they look. I like them. The teams, like, I'm not nearly excited for these as I am for the Tyranids.
For the Tyranids, yeah, that's fair.
But the box looks cool. I will be picking up the box, and I'll have this team, and I'll try them out.
I will be picking up the box, and I will be selling this team. Because I don't want it at all, and I want everything else in it. Speaking of what else in the box, dang, that terrain's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know how big the terrain is.
Yeah, they didn't really show it next to anything, really.
Because I think some of these are like some re-sculpts of some old terrain, like really old Tyranid terrain that they had. Like it's just in plastic now, or I think it was resin back then or something. But even if they're small, like, I mean, they're still meant to be like scattered around the Vulcus terrain. It's not supposed to be its own dedicated terrain pack.
Right. This is not getting its own scenarios.
Yeah.
It's just like an upgrade thing. Like what was the last one? The Orcs one.
Brutal and Cunning.
Brutal and Cunning.
Yeah. Or I mean, I guess depending on when you watch this, the Blood and Zeal might be out, and they have the sister statue.
Yeah, but they only had the one thing.
Yeah, they have that big statue that's it's gonna reflect in the dossier missions.
Yeah.
Whereas that's probably gonna be the same case for this. It's not really gonna be like in their chapter approved version, whatever that's called, approved ops.
Approved ops.
Yeah.
So yeah, they said there's some like narrative scenarios and the joint ops. So you have the team stuff where some of this can be used as objectives, which is kind of cool, or like spawning pits for the NPOs or the non-player operatives.
Yeah, which I can't remember if I heard him correctly. I forgot to go back and look, but pardon me. I think that they're going to put they're intending on you using like gaunts.
Hormagaunts, yes.
And I don't remember if they come in this box or not.
I think they said they were. I was going to look to see if it was listed down here.
I totally forgot. Like, I don't think it's listed.
It is not listed.
It's not listed here, but I want to say one of them said that it's going to come with a thing of gaunts to use as MPOs, because there's going to be some new, basically PvE type scenarios in it where you and a friend or you by yourself
can
play,
like spawn gaunts,
play an AI kind of thing, and where it spawns gaunts.
Oh god, like AI interacting.
Yeah, it's
like in my Warhammer now.
Right. All this slop. But yeah, it's supposed to be a horde mode type thing.
Yeah. Where they like, again, they spawn from the little things and you have to like take them out while doing your objective.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's probably the only thing I'm iffy on about this box is they could have just not had them in the box, and like I don't know. It's a double-edged sword, because if they didn't have them in the box but they were in the dossier, then people would be like, oh no, I gotta buy this whole extra thing. But now if you want this box, you have to buy a box of Hormagaunts, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah. So it might reflect on the price a little bit differently.
That's what I'm a little worried about.
Because the picture they showed of the box, like, they didn't actually show a box, but it is definitely a bigger box compared to like Blood and Zeal, Brutal and
Yeah,
Cunning and stuff
it's
like that that are
the
kind
double
of
wide.
in the smaller ones. Yeah, it almost looked like a double wide. Again, we won't know until we actually see the box.
Yeah.
But it's going to be one of those things. If you buy the dossier separately, you're probably going to need to pick up a thing of Tyranids because they're definitely not going to come in the single box of when the Tyranid team comes out.
No, probably not.
But I'm still excited for it.
Honestly,
I think it's gonna be fun.
If it wasn't for the terrain, I would probably wait. But I really, really, really need that terrain.
I do want the terrain too.
Also, I would like to point out the art on this. The server's just kind of looking over his shoulder like,
he's standing right behind me, isn't he? All right. And then what do we got next?
Next should be... R.I.P. Josh.
Yeah, I don't play Old World, and I don't know that I ever will, as much as I kind of am into it, and I actually bought the book just because I was curious about how the rules were, and it was the good book. But oh my god.
These models are... Let's see some.
They're so cool. Like...
This is the...
Let's see if we can get a bigger image of this. Well, I don't want to do that because it's going to mess up the thing. Yeah.
So this is Cathay, I believe
Cathay.
Is how it's pronounced. Which is the first Old World brand new faction.
Yeah.
We have never seen any of these models before in any way. They are gorgeous.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, this is how you do it. Yeah. So they are the like East Asian like terracotta warriors, classic like rocket cannons and dragons and lanterns. This is giving me... Okay, did you play World of Warcraft?
Yes.
This is Mist of Pandaria.
Absolutely.
This is Mist of
100%.
Pandaria vibes. Obviously they're not pandas, but still. So these guys look amazing. They said they're one of the most elite factions in the game, which is saying something because there's some elite factions in this game. The Jade Warriors are they are the super defensive line troops, which have a thing that, what was it? If they stand still, they got to reroll their armor check, I think.
Wow.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So basically they want to take a charge because they stood still, and they're going to be defensive and fight back. The Lancers, which are their cavalry, they said it's their spear. It's the spearhead, if you will. And so they're running around just like running stuff over and going to the next target. I don't know if they said anything about their ability on that one.
I tuned in a little late, so I only got to see some of the pictures and panning and stuff like that. I missed the rules part.
So I was a part of the weird crowd that was... I didn't tune in for the actual live. I waited until it was over because I was at work. I waited until it was over and then went back and watched it live.
Yeah.
Watched the VOD. And so the only thing that I had seen was there were new Space Wolves and the Tyranids box. And I did not know this was a thing. And it was one of the first things that, well, I mean, not the first thing they showed, but oh boy, this took me by surprise, and it was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I was stupid, and I thought I was playing the system by opening up their Twitch channel early, and then they went live, and I didn't realize that Twitch doesn't refresh it. Oh. So I was sitting there 5-10 minutes in. I'm like, why haven't they started yet?
And they had.
They had started.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I seen it late. But we have seen this faction before if you play Total War Warhammer. They are apparently in that. I've only played it slightly, and I obviously just only played the Lizards because that's my favorite faction. But I remember because Josh is at Adepticon and he was at the reveals, and I just remember getting a text message from him that was just in all caps, Cathay, oh my god, Cathay. And I didn't know who they were at that point. Yeah. So I thought it was a typo or something.
That's what Mike said too.
Yeah, that's what Mike said. We talked about it.
So every single time a new faction got revealed for Old World, Josh is like, I'm not playing Old World unless they come out with Cathay.
Yeah. Okay.
Every single time. He's probably still gonna buy this whole faction and never play because I know Josh.
Fair.
But
I do that kind of.
oh
stuff
my
too.
god, these models are amazing.
Yeah. So they've got the cannons.
And
with
I've never
different build
played. Okay,
options.
I played Total War 1 for not very long. So I know nothing about these guys. They just look fantastic.
Yeah, I think I've seen them in like a brief seconds of like trailers when booting up the game
Yeah.
once, because I got 2 for free when I bought a computer part, and then I got 3 for free when I bought another computer part later,
Wow.
kind of thing. And I played it a little bit, but I played Lizards only. But yeah,
So yeah, we got the Grand
cannons.
Cannon, which this ogre guy is apparently an upgrade that makes the cannon like go faster,
that's hilarious.
because he can push it faster.
Nice.
And then the Fire Rain rocket battery, which has again fireworks as
Yeah.
missiles, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Again, very old school, like Asian.
Yep.
Shugengen Lord.
Shigangan Lord on Great Spirit Longma.
So that is basically a dragon spawn, not a full dragon,
Mm-hmm.
but like a pseudo dragon
spirit
type.
dragon.
It's a spirit dragon.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. 10 out of 10 model.
I would say that is contention for model of the year if there isn't a model later.
I would say the same thing if I didn't already know there was a model later. The Great Masters
Actually,
on
2 of them.
Celestial, or Great Masters of the Celestial Cities. Just their banner lords.
Yep. So your generic lord on foot, with banner, without banner, on mount. Cool.
Right.
Like you need something like that that's not like some big named character.
Yeah. And then they got their Sky Lanterns, which are absolutely ginormous models.
Yep. So they showed it with the flying stand. I know the flying stand is like this big,
Mhm.
and it was on top of that.
Yes.
This thing is massive.
That we're starting to see why this is going to be an elite army, because it's going to be very expensive.
Oh.
If they're not,
Definitely.
because there's something already bigger than this, even bigger than this. And they were boasting about how all of these things are their transfer sheets. Their transfer sheets are apparently going to be absolutely gorgeous, like the rest of the range.
And those are
So,
huge transfers. Those are like
yeah, that's gonna
those
be
are like 2 or 3 inch
yeah.
big transfers.
Um,
And you can apparently kit it out with either as a mount for your leader, or you can put the leader on foot and have it without the leader in it.
mhm.
And you can have different weapons in its little basket. Oh, this thing is so cool.
Yes. The next
Ugh.
gigantic model.
They're like, oh, the centerpiece model. And then this next centerpiece model,
Yes.
the Cathayan Sentinel, it's just so it's a terracotta warrior, right? That's just like
Basically.
normal human sized, right?
Nope.
Nope, he's
No.
like this big. I don't know if you can see me on the thing, but
This will be the coolest Knights Army proxy ever.
oh, easily. And they said that it gets different abilities depending on quote unquote what it's made from.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's terracotta, or if it's jade, or if it's
Warpstone.
Warpstone?
They're making statues out of Warpstone. You know, the things that rats get high off of.
yeah, this model's also amazing. Like again, they showed it, like they showed the sketch of it, and I was like, okay, that guy looks pretty cool. And then they showed the model on the
Yeah,
table.
the models are like this big, and this guy's like towering over them. Oh my god.
Yeah, again, this faction's gonna be expensive.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be so
It's going to be
pricey.
beautiful. And then you got their Arcane Journal. Yeah, rules. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this one they did say is because all of the other factions they've come out with, the main rules were in either the Forces of Good or the
That's true. Yeah.
the Forces of Evil. I don't remember what it's called. Rabbiting Hordes. That's what it's
Yeah.
called. And then they came out with an Arcane Journal that
Mhm.
was basically more rules, more like little characters, stuff like that. This, because this is a brand new faction,
And they don't
has-
want to spoil it.
this has all of their rules in it.
Mhm.
So this is basically a must buy.
Yes.
And then
So now we're getting on to Model of the Year. I'm calling it right now. It is my Model of the Year, and even if I never buy a single model from this faction, I never play this game ever, I am voting for this. I am making several accounts to vote for this. We've got Miao Ying. I hope I'm saying that right. The Storm Dragon. So it's going to be a
So-
model that kind of like transforms.
it's so they said in the stream that she can transform back and forth at will.
Yeah.
This
This model, we're going to get some more shots of it.
it's amazing. Both of
10
them.
10 out of 10, yes. I will. No.
That didn't work.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work.
Both of them. I mean, you can cut one.
I'll put some B-roll.
It's amazing. I think it's the coolest dragon they've ever made.
I might just buy this model anyway. If I never play this game, I want to paint this model.
It's so cool. And
It
the
is.
black scales
Yeah,
with the silver armor.
and the purple accents on it. and,
Oh.
Like, oh my god, I want this model.
So again, whenever Josh would talk about this, he would show me like the cool flying Cathay dragon. I was like,
Mhm.
okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's something else.
Yeah,
That
it's
is a whole nother
different
level.
when you can see it on a tabletop.
Yeah, that's a whole nother level. That's amazing. I
Yeah.
wish we ended with this one, but we're not gonna end with this one because we still got more to talk
Maybe I'll
about.
just cut it.
Maybe, yeah.
And then up next, we've got some more Old World, or the first Old World you're seeing.
Depending on what
Depending
Cody
on
does.
how I cut it. We've got the Wood Elf Realms and Beastmen Brayherds.
So we knew that these were the last two factions that were coming out for Old Worlds,
Mhm.
because when they came out with the game, there's like, here's a list of all the factions. So we were just waiting for them to come out.
Yep.
We saw the single shaman model for Brayherds at Nova. One of the shows. LVO.
Yeah.
And he looks great. His little spirit companion looks great.
Yep.
I like this box. I have Brayherds.
Yeah, because you went into Beasts of Chaos
I-
right at the end of Third Sigmar.
I
didn't-
bought a collection of Beasts of Chaos from one of my friends. Right before Third came out, or right before Fourth came out, and then they were like, and they're gonna be squatted
Yeah,
in
you
here.
must have only had them for like what 2 months before they
Yeah.
announced that they're going away.
So I guess I gotta buy some square bases
Yeah.
because, these are classic returning plastics. The shaman and the chieftain.
Mm-hmm.
All returning plastics. Classic wizard, classic not wizard. We got gores, we got not bestigores. Those are not best. Those are ungors. Those are bestigores. And then not minotaurs. I don't remember what those ones are. Oh, they are minotaurs. It says minotaurs right there. And then the dual part kit for Cygor and Gorgon. Those are all in plastic. They were in Sigmar up until recently, and they look great.
Yeah.
That says returning resin minis, and it's a lie because that first one is not returning.
It's not.
It's not. That's brand new.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the shaman that we saw from the preview.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I thought I remember it being different.
That guy's brand new, and his little spirit companion is cool.
You're right.
Right. And then there is the Minotaur leader, who is also cool. I don't know what that next one is. That's sick. Is that like a Wendigo or something?
Maybe.
Jabberslythe. No, that one's a Jabberslythe. That's a cockatrice?
No, the cockatrice is the last one.
You're right. Okay, what
That's
the heck?
cockatrice.
That's the cockatrice.
I don't know what this one is.
Pine Prophet. Praeton? The hideous Praeton. Once great stags of the forest corrupted by foul magics.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's got antlers.
He does have antlers. I've never seen that model before. That one's cool.
Yeah.
The Jabberslythe and the Cockatrice are like still currently models that you can use in Age of Sigmar.
Oh,
Not
really?
for very long. Yeah.
I guess not for long.
But the last one, I'd never seen that model. That model looks sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I might be picking some of this up just because it all holds up very well. These are okay. The only ones that I don't really like are the normal gores. They're a little derpy.
Yeah.
The very first picture. They're a little derpy. They're a little like I don't even know how to put it. I don't like how they look. The gores, the best of gores, everything else looks great in my opinion.
They're just showing their age a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, they have that old model charm.
And everyone on the channel knows I love old model charm. Anyway, so these models look sweet. Returning medals. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. So these are old classic. They didn't show any of this off on the stream at all.
Yeah, I don't remember this part at all.
They basically showed the new guy and the battalion, and that was it.
Right.
So I've never seen those back to you guys.
Shamans, from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like
Chieftains and shamans.
chieftains and shamans.
And then we've got the Wargore, I'm assuming.
Yep, what looks to be the battle standard bearer.
Mm-hmm.
In metal though. In metal. Their mount. Sorry, their mounted.
The Centaur
The
Lords.
Centaurs. There's no
The
Centaurs here. Those are also
Centaurs?
those. They were plastic.
Oh.
Yeah, there's plastic Centaurs. I'm pretty sure. So that's a little surprising. And then returning metal. The Razor Gore and Tusk Gore chariots. Tusk Gore chariot. That's metal. I also thought that was plastic. Maybe I'm wrong. I could just be wrong. I don't have either of those.
I like the Razor Gore.
Razor Gore is cool. He is currently in Finecast, which is why I don't have one. But I think the model looks very cool. That one has classic like hand sculpted charm to me.
Yeah.
Like that one I like.
I'd use that for like a chaos spawn or something.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And then we got the Wood Elves.
A lot of this stuff again fairly recently taken from Age of Sigmar because Old World came out.
Yep.
That battalion has a lot of models in it.
It does.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 models? If those are all 10-man units? Damn.
Yeah.
Wood Elf Realms? No, duh. Yep, that is a returning. They showed that off like it was new, but then they said it was returning. So
okay.
Yeah, that one confused me a little bit.
Yeah.
Classic archers. Your foot with spear and shield. Your two-handed weapons. So those are going to be the damage dealers. Those look like the light cav.
Yeah.
Oh, do they have bows? They do have bows. So yeah, the light cav for, and then this was a kit in Cities last edition.
Really?
And yeah, these models look great, honestly.
Yeah. I do like them. I like the deer aesthetic.
The deer mounts look very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they did that more. Oh, and the white paint job on that one looks really
good.
I've always liked that kit in particular.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Metals. That guy is I've never seen that model before, and that guy is pretty cool. I don't know if it says because those are the branch rates. Oh, I've seen this guy before. The guy on the left here. One of my friends had him when we were playing the Ninth Age.
Oh, okay.
And it was one of his favorite models. It was painted gorgeously. So yeah, foot characters. Because that one's cool. Because they have the old school like customizability, they need a lot of characters to be able to go like, okay, well, this is the guy on foot and he has the special helmet, or he has the two-handed weapon, or he has the blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. You got your old branch witch there on the left.
Yep. Which again they just got rid of from Age of Sigmar.
Mm-hmm. That was in the their old. Was it their Start Collecting or their Vanguard? I don't remember.
I think it was Start Collecting. So yeah, some returning stuff. So that one, hang on, but that one says metal. I don't think that's metal.
I mean, I know the branch witch is not metal.
Well, this is returning metal right there.
Weird.
If that's in metal,
maybe there's a plastic version that looks very similar to it.
I don't think so. I think that's just plastic.
Maybe.
But I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I will put maybe I'm wrong at the end of any sentence. And that is their old Tree Lord, which is, I cannot imagine putting that thing together in metal. That looks horrific in metal.
Yeah.
I mean
a lot of
sorry.
pinning.
Let me go back. The model looks cool. It looks like it would be hell to put together in metal.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's the end of the preview for the Wood Elves and the Beasts. Yeah. I'm gonna pick up some of the Beasts. I'm probably gonna get some square bases to put my stuff on because I want to try out Old World. I played Ninth Age for a while. I've said this a couple times on the channel. I played Ninth Age for a little while, probably 2 or 3 years, and it was very fun. It was super, super tactical.
Yeah.
Which I like about some games.
Yeah, when it first came out, I had some interest in it. Again, enough to buy the book.
Yeah.
I was planning on going dwarves, but like if I do end up actually trying to play this game and like collecting and stuff, there might be 2 Cathay players on this channel.
Two of the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna buy that dragon. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that dragon.
Yeah.
And even those giant sentinels, man. Oh
Yeah,
my
they look
goodness.
sick.
But
That's
it for the reveals.
That's it for Adepticon. I say that's it, but dang, that was a lot of good stuff.
That was a lot of good stuff.
Like there has been some things where it's like, oh, okay, they're getting endless spells, or oh, okay, like this one new character.
Yeah.
This was previews for 5 40K armies.
Yeah.
The 3 old world armies, 2 brand new kill teams.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new kill teams, not just upgrade sprues, brand new kill teams.
Like brand new, yeah, bespoke teams.
This
For
preview
2
was,
factions that haven't had them.
yeah, this preview was great. This
This-
is probably my number 1 preview in the past years.
Yeah, I am surprised with it. Like, I am very happy with it.
Yeah.
But I am surprised there's no new additions,
There's no new additions.
which they haven't done in, what, Josh said, like, what, 3 years?
So last year it was Sigmar. The year before it was 40K, and the year before it was Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've had a string of announcing new additions at Adepticon. They didn't do one this year.
Which is surprising. Well, the reason why it's surprising is because Horus Heresy's due for an upgrade this year.
It is certainly not. It should not get upgraded.
I mean, I can't disagree with you, but following their trends,
I think 40K and Sigmar are on the 3-year trend, and all of their other games are when they feel like it.
but Kill Team got 3 years.
I know, and that surprised me.
Maybe it just was a happy accident.
Maybe.
But yeah. So maybe there's no new Horus Heresy coming. No, I don't know. I think people are kind of speculating maybe like a 0.5 version
I can see
coming in
that.
the near future instead of an edition. Because I feel like if there was a new edition, they would have used Adepticon.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, they did put out, was it 4 different new editions last year? Because there was Sigmar, Lord of the Rings, Warcry, no, not Warcry,
Underworlds.
Underworlds, and Kill Team,
And Kill
all
Team.
last year,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
And then this year was due for, again, following their 3-year
Right. Cycle.
cycle, was Horus Heresy and Warcry. And we got nothing for either one of them.
Nope. So my guess is Horus Heresy is just going to continue for a little bit, especially since they just came out with some of the like Dark Mechanicum stuff. It was really funny because they were actually live this time. It wasn't just a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because they haven't done that since Adepticon 2 years ago when I went. So someone in the audience asked about Warcry, and they're like, he's putting up memes while we're recording.
Oh my god. Yeah. Again, I've never played Warcry, and I was kind of like thinking about it like when the new edition came out. But
Yeah, you wait on that. Hold your breath.
who knows? Because also, like, all of their models are starting to go like online only
Yep.
and
And
no
Legends
longer made, and they're just like disappearing off the web store. And like, is Warcry gone? Like,
I think
is it dead?
Warcry's gone. I think they're going to announce that Warcry is dead. It's unfortunate because the models were amazing.
Oh yeah.
Very similar to Kill Team. It was actually even more so than Kill Team. It was all new sculpts all the time, forever and ever. And the models look great. I personally did not like the gameplay. That being said, if they came out with a new edition and updated the gameplay, I should try it again. But I think they're going to announce it's dead. I don't think we're getting any more Warcry.
Yeah. We don't really do rumors on the channel, but I've also heard that Mordheim has kind of been spoken about.
I was expecting them to announce a new edition, and it was going to be a revamp of Mordheim. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't hopeful for it. Or rather the other way around. I was hopeful because it sounds awesome, but I didn't think it was going to happen.
It's basically
here.
Necromunda, but
Yeah, it's fantasy
in
Necromunda.
fantasy.
And I think you guys like Necromunda, right?
No.
No?
No.
No, our audience doesn't like Necromunda?
I don't think they've heard of it.
Oh, okay.
Necromunda's a skate. No. Yeah, I'm surprised that those two didn't get it. But again, I don't play those games, so I'm not necessarily heartbroken
Yeah.
that they didn't come out with them. I'm sure there's tons of players out there that are, or at least wanting something. I think Horus Heresy people are kind of happy with the current state of the game,
I agree.
though.
I agree.
So maybe that's why. Maybe they just don't need another edition right now. Maybe they're just
I agree.
happy with where they're at, and Warcry they're kind of just, slowly pushing them off
Yeah.
the table.
Yeah, they're like, don't. War what? War who? I never. There it is. Okay. No.
Warcry gets pushed off the table, and then Mordheim just slams down where it is.
Yeah.
I would take Mordheim.
Me too.
I've never played it, but I've watched a lot of videos on it, and it looks really cool.
I played it exactly once, and it was obviously the old school, like before it got canceled one, and it was interesting, but it was also difficult. But that was actually before I played Necromunda,
Oh, really?
so maybe I would like it more now.
But
Yeah, that's it.
that's all I got.
Yeah, fantastic review, fantastic preview. Looking forward to like 98% of this. Basically, the only thing I didn't like here was the second half of the Kill Team box, that I'm gonna buy anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm super hyped for all this.
Same. Josh is at Adepticon, so if you see him walking around, don't be afraid to say hi. He doesn't bite most of the time.
He bites me.
Okay, he bites. Maybe don't say hi. I will be there Saturday probably. So if you see me, I also don't bite.
Yeah. The Kirby hat might though.
Yes. It's biting me currently.
Currently at the moment.
As we're speaking. But anyway, until then.
Bye.